Debbie, how many sales today? 3 credit cards and 5 checking accounts. Perfect. Make sure you bundle them up with savings. Remove your closing sign because you're going to help the next customer, and I'm going to be standing right behind you making an observation. Ma'am? Yes, Debbie's going to help you right now. I have my notes here, but what do you think you could have done better in this scenario? I offered her a credit card and she already has 3 with us. I offered her to refinance her home. She said she just refinanced with a credit union because they gave her a lower interest. She does not want to buy a car just yet, so I don't know what else you wanted me to do. I think I did fine. Really? You don't think there's anything differently that you could have done to make sure that that was an actual sell? Because she walked out with nothing. And let me look at her account. Turn the screen. She looks like she has a good profile. When was the last time she applied for another credit card? Well, maybe not a credit card. She already has too many. But what was did you ask her what was her interest rate at her credit union? Sure, not that the bank has better interest rate. I feel like you're selling yourself short. I feel like you're stealing from your own self for making sales. That's your own money. At the end of the day, it affects you, does not affect me, because I'm still gonna get paid, because I'm gonna make sure that the other bankers are meeting their sales. Help the next customer, and I'm gonna hear this conversation as well. And I hope that you can do it differently. Ma'am, she's gonna help you right here.
Yikes! Oh man, we're gonna get into it today. If you haven't guessed, we're gonna be reacting to banking jobs. So I'm close to my heart because I did that. So I know exactly what they are going through. Thank you for your attention. If you like these videos and my content, consider subscribing. Also, comment down below. Let me know what kind of videos y'all want me to react to. Alright, for this one, I spent a lot of years. So this particular banking, it's retail banking. It's when you, as a customer, you go into a physical location, a bank, and you do your transaction, whether you're depositing, withdrawing, opening an account, opening a safe deposit box, needing to talk to a financial advisor, opening a business account, these types of face-to-face transactions, which nowadays you can actually do some of these online. But for the most part, people want to still go into a brick and mortar, a retail banking establishment, and do their business that way. I don't blame them, because these financial matters, I prefer myself to speak to somebody and have it set up in front of me, watch them, and also build that relationship. Everything she's just portrayed on here, she's role playing, but it just hits close to home because I spent almost a decade, actually no, almost a decade in retail banking, and I've literally done it all, from teller to banker to business banker to assistant manager to service manager, and ultimately to branch manager. So I've experienced all the roles, and you could say I grew up in retail banking, so I know exactly what this world entails. But let's go to the comments. And that's why situations like Wells Fargo happen. 34 replies. This is literally Wells Fargo. Reminds me 100% of work there as well. We're exactly like this, even with tellers. Same. I could see the way she was doing it. So it's a bank. Back then, but you go to a bank, they were the most trusted place. Sometimes, do your due diligence, but bankers would vouch during court hearings for their credibility and character because of trust, not for sales. So it has come a long way from the initial beginnings of the banking industry, but sometimes it can be viewed in sales. But at the same time, customers don't know what they don't know and what may or may not benefit them. It all depends on the perspective, you could say, because a teller could mention something or recommend something. Customer had no idea they'd even qualify, or it just didn't even entertain their mind, right? They sit down with the banker, learn about the options and what it can do for them, and decide to go for it. Most of the time, from my experience as a former teller, 80% of the time, they just want to do the transaction and go. So I respect that too. All right, let's go to the next video. Well, another looks like a day in the life, but this one looks like a teller position. Probably a merchant teller too. She's handling a lot of cash. So there's different types of teller positions. There's teller, lead teller, merchant teller. and then they all report to, I guess, a teller manager or service manager. Depends on which company you work for. They call it differently, but basically, teller supervisor. Typically, banks do not allow their employees to have their operations recorded, I guess, internal speak, but I don't know. I don't work for every single bank, but from my experience, it was a big no-no having your phone out like that, especially recording yourself too. So I guess different policies for different banks and different institutions. But with that, let's go to the comments. I got fired yesterday by, oh, yikes. Oh, looks like the creator got terminated too. Girl, same. Twins. Well, there you go. Probably for this video. I mean, if you work at a bank, especially retail banking, please do not use your phone, record your phone during your work hours, especially in your work location. Just word of advice, she got fired. I'm not saying this was the reason why she got fired, but strongly review your code of conduct that you signed when you got the job, and look under social media and phone use in terms of what you can and cannot do while you are being compensated during your work hours. Recording deposits behind the teller line. Your bank is chill. Not really, the creator said. Reading these comments, I'm so glad my bank ain't strict with cell phones on the teller line. You look good, girly. I was so shocked. I came from a bank where, yes, it was very strict with phone use. All right, let's go to the next one.
What do you do?
I'm a banker.
Oh, how much do you make?
300 grand.
I'm an investment banker.
Oh, nice. How much do you make?
I make 200,000 a year.
Financial advisor,
How much do you make?
70.
I'm a financial analyst.
How much do you make?
75,000.
Did you negotiate your salary?
No, I didn't really have much negotiation tactics at the time.
I'm a finance intern.
How much do you make in your role?
I just got a job offer, 94K. Way more than I thought I was gonna get.
I work in.
Corporate finance. And
Yeah.
how much do you make?
I make 70,000.
I'm a banker at U.S. Bank.
Very cool. How much do you make in your role?
80,000.
So I'm a commercial banker. I've been doing that for career-wise 18 years.
How much do you make?
So I make about 125,000 a year.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a senior P&A analyst.
And how long have you been doing that?
About 13, 14 years.
How much are you making in your role?
Oh, family in six figures. Around 110.
I'm a financial planner.
And how much do you make?
I make 85,000.
I'm a financial analyst.
How much do you make?
About 80K.
I am a finance manager. Actually, my undergrad is in mechanical engineering,
Oh, cool.
but I did an MBA, finished that about 2 years ago.
How much do you make in your role?
So my base salary is $120,000, and then there's a target bonus of 20%, and then we have educational benefits. I think it's $5,000 a year. We also have an option to purchase stock at a 15% discount.
Love that.
So that's also a nice benefit as well.
Well, there you go. An insight. And also take note of the location on top, like Boston, Maryland, Austin, Texas. Location definitely matters as it relates to the position and finance or banking jobs. Your cities, San Francisco, New York, Chicago, Dallas, Houston, those big cities typically offer more just because in terms of salary. The cost of living, right? So they adjust salary for their candidates or employees based on cost of living. Now, let's say you live in a little bit rural, kind of Midwest, kind of Iowa area, even some parts of Texas. Let's say, I don't know, like San Antonio or something like that. It will lower the salary expectation or range just because the cost of living is relative to the bigger cities a little bit lower. So that's kind of a little bit of an insight as to range, even though they said the same position, but it was different salaries. It just depends on the location as well. But also your experience, right? On your ability to negotiate your salary upon accepting the position, your skills, your talent, your certifications, whatever it is, that also plays a big factor in what you can earn. All right, let's go to the comments. 18 years in commercial banking and making only $125,000. LMAO. How? 125 is still a lot, at least to me. Not changing jobs. Low is what I thought, but as I get older, I now value quality of life and stability more. Hope he's getting that. Yeah, totally. As my kids get older, because I see them grow year after year after year, and I can totally empathize with that. Yeah, something's wrong here. Commercial banking with 3 years experience, and my all-in salary is at $170,000. Depends too. Is he in like at a credit, maybe a smaller bank? But 18 years, yeah, depends. You know, I don't know, like 300K, 75K as an analyst in New York City. A lot of people don't realize the different routes within finance, retail, commercial, and investment banking are all very different paths and compensation trajectories. HF and PE jobs are all 500K to 10 million. So there you go. All right, let's go to the next one.
If you work in banking or you're thinking about working in banking, there is one thing that you have to understand. The job, the nature of the job itself is a very toxic environment. You can work for the best boss, you can work for the best company or the best coworkers, but the job itself is very degrading and exhausting and just mentally toxic. Now add on that you work for a horrible company, a horrible boss, then the entire experience becomes horrible. So the previous bank I worked for was a community bank. I hear a lot of people saying, you should go to a community bank. Well, that's where I had the worst experience of my entire banking career. The first few years were good because my immediate supervisor was good, my coworkers are good. Even when the new manager took over, it was good. But then when I became an assistant manager is when it really went downhill. I was bullied and treated pretty poorly by the area manager of the bank. I recorded it, and it got so bad that my lupus was getting really bad. My hair was falling out. I was weighing 118 pounds. I tried reporting multiple times to HR about my experience. They didn't do anything.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right there. I know there's more, but man, I feel for her. But like I always say, there's always 3 sides to a story: your side, my side, and the truth. With what she's saying, the industry is toxic. Not necessarily, right? All depends. That could be said for really all industries, depending on how your perspective is. So it's the reality you create and you tell yourself. I'm not saying what she is expressing in this video didn't have. I don't know. I'm watching it, listening to it the same way as y'all. But what I can tell you is it's never one side. Never one side. Being said, let's go to the comments. Credit union is much better than working for a bank. Please elaborate, because I'm looking into applying to one. Union don't really have sales goals and don't have to do outbound calls. Banks pay a little more, but you have to hit your numbers. Credit union I worked at 100% had sales goals, and you would get transferred, encouraged to leave if you didn't hit your goals. It's different. It's not all one size fits all, I guess is what the point of the exchange was. If you're thinking about working in a bank, don't. Trauma Central, crazy sales goals, cold calls. Sounds like Wells. Yes, I worked for them during the Wachovia transition to Wells Fargo, night and day. Ran here to say that. I've never worked in a bank, but I learned really quickly HR isn't for us. It's for the company. I was targeted at work by a new young manager for being a credit union as a teller is literally a dream. Even better than that. Never even a single time did they make me feel bad. I feel like home. My manager and the team are the most kind. Well, good for you. So there you go. Different experiences for different folks. Let's go to the next one. Oh man, you must be so smart since you work at the bank. As she Googles what APY is, annual percentage yield. I have witnessed this happen. They have limited access to internet, and I have seen folks Google bank terms and bank jargon before, so this is 100% facts. All right, let's go to the comments. Pulling out my calculator to make sure 6 plus 4 is still 10. Girl, I just counted on my fingers. Don't ask me nothing. No IRA. This I had a member come to me talking about we need to take this RMD from IRA. Like, huh? They all letters. Trust and bonds, like, leave me alone. Go talk to John over there. He's been here since 99. Oh man, that's good. Me realizing one in the comment may have been my customer service representative. Oh, yikes. All right, let's go to the next one.
I feel like one of the worst 9 to 5 jobs that you can have is being a bank teller working on a Friday, because you work your normal like 40-hour week. You get to like the last hour when everyone who works 9 to 5's like, woo, it's the weekend, it's Friday. Nope. You guys have your busiest hour of your entire week. Like what, 4 to 5 or 6, whatever the hour is that I passed a bank today. The entire parking lot was filled, and it was like a huge lot. And so like that has to be absolutely miserable as I'm driving home ready to start my weekend.
Fridays are big. Well, and the biggest one, the trifecta, is working retail. The first of the month on a Friday before a holiday week, Monday, like a 3-day long weekend, is like Super Bowl for retail banking. Used to be. Lines were out the door, and I remember those days. First of the month were big days. But having it land on a Friday, especially Friday before holiday, Monday weekend, that was big. But true, most people think banks are closed on Saturdays, so they kind of rush, and they have too. It's not like they can come in the morning or the afternoon during their lunch. Maybe some can, but most can't. So the last couple hours that the bank is open is usually when the folks are leaving their job to cash their check. But now, if you don't have direct deposit, you should have direct deposit, number one. But other folks that don't have accounts, they got to go to the bank, or they go into, some other check cashing plat. But facts. This is 100% facts. All right, let's go to the comments. Fridays are nothing compared to first or third. And if the first or third falls on a Friday, forget about it. I told you. From experience. The bank teller, yes. Me, a bank teller, going home after a Friday to sit on my couch and think about my life choices. I have done that plenty of times. I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't understand why so many people need to go into a bank. I can do everything I need, either online or ATM. But no one else seems to do that. Yeah, that's what I just said earlier. All right, y'all. This was a good one, going back and reminiscing mostly my retail banking days. If you found any value with this video, and if you like it, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you for your attention. We'll see you on the next video.